Hey guys, welcome to the Pokemon Legends demo playthrough. So if you guys don't know what this is, basically I'm going to be playing obviously an unfinished so far version of Pokemon Legends. I added that so far, and just to let you guys know, I will try to continue working on it. This game is gonna take so long, let me tell you guys that. I remember I worked on it for about 2 weeks, about maybe 4 or so months ago. It was before school ended last school year, and now school started up again. So it's been quite a while, but I remember I worked on it for 2 weeks, and I didn't complete that much, honestly. Let's look at it. Here, this much, which is a decent amount, but really, I only got through like one town so far, completely, and I'm still working on the others. But I'm really excited. I'm going to play the entire thing today. It's probably going to take at least 30 minutes, and that just shows you guys how long this game is going to be. So let's go ahead and get started, though, with what it comes with. So we got the game, of course. We got the index card stack, which basically it's part of the game. Basically, it's just a way to condense everything together. So, for example, like, you know, if I was to find a Pokeball out in the wild, I'm not going to spoil anything until we get to that, but if I was to find a Pokeball, if you guys play Pokemon, you know what I'm talking about, you'll find a Pokemon ball somewhere in the routes or something like that, and they always have something inside of it, a potion, something else, I don't know, whatever's inside of it, and I don't want to waste a single page just for that, so for example, I put that in the index card. A lot of the dialogue also goes onto the index card, so yeah. But that's part of that. Then we've got the characters. There's boy, girl, and then there's Professor Oak. I think I might make a rival character sprite, and there's also going to be blank characters, which what they are is they're just basically this. They don't have hair, and they're blank, no color, nothing inside the body. It's just going to be the face, and it's going to have the face drawn on, and then the rest is just going to be an outline. So you can't even see the break between the shirt and the pants. Just in case you want to make it a little different or something like that. So there is that. There's going to be a whole bunch of blank characters to come with just so you can customize your own characters. Let me move these all in view. Then we've also got the wild Pokemon sheet. This is the wild grass one. There's going to be a surfing or a water one as well, and then probably cave one, but they all look the same, and that one is actually a card stock. And then we've also got the the route guide we'll look at first, and of course there's only one route made so far. Okay, and then we have the Pokemon guide, which is going to give you all the Pokemon in the game. It's going to have the their attacks and how much damage they do, their effects. And by the way, the attacks aren't always the same on every Pokemon. For example, like a Seed Bomb on a Venusaur might be different from a Seed Bomb on a different weaker grass Pokemon, which I can't even think of one right now. And so far, I've done 68 of them. Of course, I haven't worked on it since I showed it to you guys a long time ago. But yeah, so that basically covers everything. Let's go ahead and get started with the game. We're going to treat this like an actual playthrough, and we're going to be playing through the entire thing. No breaks. Let's go. So move all this out of the way for now. Okay. So, Pokemon Legends, I don't have a controller, so it's motion enabled, so that's fine. There's not really going to be much real-time action, so it doesn't really get rid of the experience or anything. So we've got new game, load game. Of course, we're going to choose new game. Here you would input your stuff, but since this is just a demo, I'm not going to input everything to erase it back later. Okay, so here's the part 1. Hi, I'm Professor Oak, Professor for Kanto. I'll be helping you through your journey in a world full of creatures called Pokemon. First off, what is your name? Tell me about yourself. So nice drawing of Professor Oak there. This does take place in the Kanto region, so I would just type in my name. We're going to go with Keiko KT, female. And he says, that is a fine name. In this journey, you will get your very first Pokemon. You'll start off in a small town called Pallet. Welcome. This is what a Pokemon looks like. And we have a picture of Oddish here to introduce us. Now you're ready to start your adventure. And boom, a Keiko Inc. masterpiece, written, drawn, and created by me. It has all that random stuff there. 8 to continue. And there you guys go. This is kind of like the, oh my god. this is kind of an idea of how much work was put into a single page. Like, guys, this is why it took me ages to even do, like, 25 or so pages, because I put so much effort into it. I mean, look at all that color. It really does look great, and I'm happy that I did that. So hopefully we'll continue with that, but for now, here we go. So this is our character we're choosing. You could also make your own, but you would have to start with one of these default characters. This one is actually based off of me, so I mean, like, it's basically perfect already. So we're gonna start off in bed. Let's go ahead and go. So these are optional sometimes. Sometimes they're optional. Really, one of the problems with the game is that you don't know where to go. It doesn't say anything because we're gonna reuse these pages. I don't want to draw this entire house like 10 times. So we do need to reuse the pages, unfortunately, and that's kind of a downfall of the game, but I mean, the background looks good, so hopefully that makes up for it. You're going to keep coming back to these really good looking pages. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Hopefully the quality is still decent. Okay, so we're going to go up here, A, and it says 2I. I always means index cards, so we're going to find that page. It says customize characters, so here you could choose your skin, your hair, your clothes, and you would do this all in a blank character. So you have that from the very beginning. You don't need to unlock anything. Let's go ahead and walk down to the TV. And again, no really big function, but it's just an Easter eggs, IPGA stuff from where I started. You have a couple of the games there. It's ironic it doesn't actually list Pokemon there, but later on during the game, you'll be able to see, you know, clips of gameplay and stuff. And maybe, who knows, maybe I'll put a little mini game onto them. So we can go ahead and walk down the stairs now. You guys kind of have to understand Pokemon. Like, without this playthrough, it's going to be kind of clueless. So you're going to have to either watch this playthrough and follow it from there if you guys ever get the chance to play it. Or you will have to just know the Pokemon games and how they typically start. Because they all start quite similarly. Okay, that all the way out. Okay, sorry about my foot. This is an uncomfortable area. Literally, I'm cramped between the closet door and the bed. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and walk down these stairs, and you talk to your mother, and she says, "Good morning. What are you doing waking up so late? I've been waiting for you, and so is Professor Oak. Get dressed and head over to his lab." So you're gonna follow her directions there. And always on the dialogue index cards, you're going to have a sprite and then what their close-up and the dialogue. So we're going to go ahead and walk out, flip one page. And here's the first town, and it looks really, really good. You guys, again, you guys can just see how much effort I put into these. Sorry, like I have to reach over, I have short arms, so there you go. It looks really, really good, and I hope you guys do like that. So, I don't think I've ever showed you guys too in-depth into this game, so this is going to be a little bit different. Let's go ahead and walk down to the lab. And it says one page for that. Okay. And here you can see that he's not here. You're not going to place him there until you find him. Again, like I said, you have to follow kind of what you know about Pokemon. So, we're going to go up here and talk to this guy. And it says to go to 4I. So he says, this is Dr. Max. Hey, the professor isn't here right now. He should be back later. I think he might have gone to the wild grass area. So the only logical thing is to try to find him in the wild grass area. You can just hear my stomach growling. Ugh, this is such a far reach for me. Okay. Jeez. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and now walk up to Route 1, which is the only wild grass area around. There's also a surfing area, but you can't come to that until very late on the game. Okay. So, it says actually 9 pages. I don't know why I just flipped back here. Okay, here it is, Route 1, page 1. And again, guys, just look at the effort I put onto this game. It looks really, really, really good. I'm super proud of it, even though I haven't worked on it in a long time. And there's only a couple pages in it. It's really, really good. So, here's your first part where you're going to put Professor Oak. Again, I didn't want to recreate this entire page. So I just put a box there and you have to figure out what to do. So 5I. Okay, and he says, what are you doing out here without a Pokemon? Oh, right, you don't have one. I've been meaning to give you one today. Silly old man me. Follow me to my lab. So I tried to make it a little bit lighthearted, a little bit funny, though that part really wasn't. There's going to be some funny stuff later on, at least to me, and I'm pretty psycho, so yeah. It's just funny to me. So now we're going to the lab. Back again. And he's going to already be here because he's got some old man powers, and he can just teleport wherever. And we are going to go ahead and just walk right up here to the Pokemon thing, and we're going to choose one. A, and you go to 6I. Alright. So now you can choose Grass, Fire, Water, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle. This is a big step. Your very first Pokemon. Take your time and choose wisely. After done choosing, turn 4 pages from the current page, which you don't really need that because it will say once you choose. I'm going to go for, I think I really want to go for Squirtle just because he's my favorite, but I'm going to go for Bulbasaur just because Squirtle is the only one that doesn't have his stats on the back, and that just kind of makes it hard to remember. So we're going to go for Bulbasaur, and it says you'll turn 1 page for that. You're never really going to turn the index card pages. That's not how it works. So let's move our characters there. And boom, we have chosen Bulbasaur. It says there's a grass poison type level 1. And here are the base stats. And nose tackle and growl. And after turn 3 pages, we're going to go ahead and find Bulbasaur right here. And there you guys have it. You're going to place him right there. Again, these are not drawn by me, but that's just to save time. It took me, I tried to draw 3 of them, and it took me at least an hour to draw 3 of the sprites, and if you do all that math, it's going to take ages to do. So actually that works. Okay. So now we have Bulbasaur. I'm going to just put him on the side here. And I did forget to mention that there's a trainer card that you'll need, and in there's going to have the party. I think I made one, but I don't know where it went. So yeah, and we're still right here, and we're still going to place Professor Oak right there. If I can pick him up. And he says, Gramps, and this is blue, by the way. Okay, let's zoom in there. It's so bad quality, and I do apologize, but Gramps, I was supposed to choose first. He says, you are late. Just choose one, please. I'll take this one. Hey, you, let's battle. So this is where he becomes your rival for the first time. And you have to play until he beats you, basically. It doesn't really make sense if you lose. And that's pretty sad if you lose the first battle. But you're going to have to keep replaying it until you do. Okay, so here's what the trainer battle screens look like. They're quite simple. It just has their health bar, the Pokemon, and then if they have more than one Pokemon, you'll flip the page and they'll continue. There's always dialogue up here. So he says, you are no match for me. Take this. And he is the Pokemon that yours is weak to. Right now it doesn't matter because he doesn't have any fire type moves, so he doesn't do double damage yet. But later on, I'm sure it will play a difference. So here we go. Let me find Charmander. Here we go. And Charmander's stats are on the back. 35, 10, 5, and 8. So he's the strongest as well as the fastest. I try to make them each best at one thing. I think Bulbasaur isn't the best at anything besides, I think he's like the average between them, but he's like absolutely I feel like he's the best. In terms of stats, I feel like he's the best. At least in the beginning. So, he's going to go first since he's faster. He has 10 attack. And now this is where your guide is going to come in handy. So he has Growl and Scratch. He can do 20 damage to me. But that's not how it works. Since it's a opponent, you don't know which one they're going to choose. So let me find some type of coin. I'm just going to find anything. Okay. So there's probably a difference between weight on here and one that is more likely, but we're not going to worry about that. This concave side is going to be heads. This side is going to be tails. Heads is for Growl. Tails is for, heads is for Scratch and tails is for Growl. So, we get heads, so he does a scratch, which is bad. So, he does 20 damage to us, but we have, how much defense? 7 defense, so we take 13 damage, and we are down to 27 HP. Okay, So now we're going to go for our own, and I'm going to go for a nice tackle. We have 8 attack. It does 18 damage to him. I believe he has 5 defense, is it? Yeah, so he is already down 2. So if you subtract everything there, he does 13 to his HP, which is 22. Alright, so now it's his turn. We have 27, he has 22. Okay, see, like, I think this side is the one it's going to mostly land on. So he does another one, another scratch, and that does 20 damage to us once again. I still never decided if the defense would be going down to 0 or for it always staying the same. For this purpose, we're going to keep it always staying the same. So unless they use something that will make it go lower, like a tail whip, then it's going to just be 8 every time, or 7 for us every time. So he does, again, he does 13 damage to us, so we have 14 HP, and we just have to pray that he doesn't attack us again with that, because we'll only have 1 HP. So again, we're going to use a tackle. I mean, there's no really other thing we should do, or else we'll basically lose. So I'm going to use a tackle, and that's going to put him down to now, I've attacked him twice, I believe, so that means he was down to 22, oh my god, guys, I'm so bad at math. 18, he has 5 defense, 13 more damage. So he has 9 HP. Actually, no, I think this is our second attack. Yeah, so we do 9, he has 9 HP left. We just need 1 more attack. We basically already won. So he does get a tails, and he's going to do -5 attack to us because he's growl. So that means instead of doing 18 damage, we'll do 13, and he has 5 defense. So he survives with 1 HP, so that was actually probably a good decision from him. So it's his turn. Heads, he does a tackle. We're down to 1 HP, and that's such a close match, 1-1. You would write this down because my math probably isn't reliable, and I have a bad memory already. So we can finish him off, but you do need to be careful. You get a prize of $35, which you would put down in your trainer card. So that was the first battle. As you can see, the battles aren't too short either, and there's a billion of them. So it says, I'll beat you later, or I'll beat you next time. See you, smell you later, or you'll see, smell you later. I thought see you was too nice, I could tell. So, sorry about that interruption, but here's an example of something funny. Like, it's not actually funny, but I try to make it, them have personalities. So Professor Oak says, you sure gave that kid what he deserves. And that's his grandkid, of course. So he says, you did great. You're ready to start your adventure. I'll be here if you ever need me. So now we're ready to start our adventure. We're going to go ahead and exit. Flip 7 pages back. And you're going to go to town, but since I folded it back, I'm too lazy to go back. But you would go to town, you would walk up to Route 1, and you would start. You could also go to your mom, but it doesn't really matter right now. So you would go to Route 1, which is right here. So let's go ahead and get started. We're all alone now, and we can do what we want. So I'm not going to do any wild battles. Actually, I won't battle them out, but I'll simulate it. So we'll go up here, and we can go ahead and collect this Pokeball by clicking A, and it says go to AI to see what's inside. It says you found a potion, so you just write that down. A nice artwork for a simple little potion there. Alright, and here's how the Pokemon battles will work. So every time you walk a couple of steps, I think there's a number. Let's go with 6 steps, so 6 patches of grass. So we got 1, 2, 3. And then we go up here, 1, 2, 3 again. You would roll a dice or flip a coin, it doesn't really matter, and it would mean a wild battle. After that, you would go to a random number generator, and from 1 to 100, and you would look at the route guide. So Route 1, we have Pidgey 40%, Rattata 40%, and Sparrow 20%. So how that would work is Pidgey would be 1 to 40. If you rolled 1 to 40 out of 100, you would get a Pidgey. 41 through 80 would be a Rattata, and 81 through 100 would be a Sparrow, and that's how you would determine. It also gives you the trainers on there and what they have, as well as the route info. So that's how that would work. And if you want to go into a battle, you can just go into a battle. You don't have to wait, get ahead. You could just go into a battle after 6 steps. So again, I'm not going to simulate that, but you guys get the point, because I haven't even printed all the Pokemon yet. I only have these starters printed out as well as Caterpie. So we're going to go up here. Flip one page. And this is the furthest that I've gotten since I stopped working. Since I've actually played this game, this is the furthest I've ever gotten. So now I really don't know what happens. We start over here. And we're going to go ahead and walk up. And you guys see, anytime you walk into the way of this guy right here, the Pokemon trainer, you will go into battle with them. So it says flip one page. Looks like a schoolboy, and he is Schoolboy Danny. So I'm not going to go through the battle again, or else this playthroughs it takes so long. But it says, I may be just a kid, but my Pokemon beg to differ. So this isn't the last one. It has the stats up there as well. Each Pokemon has different stats. He is a Sparrow level 2. And this game isn't really easy if you guys think about it. You only have one Pokemon right now. So you have to beat 2 different Pokemon with one, which is quite hard. But once you do beat the first trainer, so Blue, you will get a level up automatically. Probably a level up if you lose, and 2 levels if you win, but you don't really lose. So basically 2 levels up. So he says, "Ugh, you beat my Sparrow, but I was saving the best for last. Go Rattata." So also guys, how the leveling up system works is you take the strongest stat of what Pokemon you beat. What Pokemon you beat to level up. So in our case, it was the Charmander, and his strongest stat, besides his HP, you can't look at HP, is attack. So you would get +2 in attack, and you'd get +1 in everything else. And that's kind of like how it works in real Pokemon. It's quite more complicated than that, but basically if you fight something with higher attack, you're going to get higher attack on your specific Pokemon. That's kind of how people train their Pokemon's EVs in game. I remember I was such a big Pokemon nerd. So once you would do that, you would win, and he says $32. You win. So, okay. Let's continue now. We're going to walk up here. Again, I'm not going to simulate any Pokemon battles anymore. I'm just going to go through everything at this point. So let me zoom in a little bit more. And you have a trainer right off the bat. And this looks like a bug catcher. So he says, okay, this is the one I like. My Pokemon are so fly. Literally, haha. Prepare to be infested. Go Caterpie. So just some really horrible stuff going on there. There we have Caterpie's stats as well as Caterpie, and you're just going to place him there. You have prize $22. If you see the prize, that means it's the last Pokemon he has. And it has the attacks of the Pokemon as well there. So the Pokemon guide isn't too necessary unless it's for wild Pokemon. And yeah, the stats will always say on the back of the Pokemon. And it only works for the first evolution because, actually, you don't, no, that's a lie. Well, for the starters, the first evolution is Charmander. So there's Charmeleon, it just takes the stats from when you evolve it, you're going to keep the stats of Charmander except you're going to need a boost. Same all the way up to Charizard, you're going to keep the stats from Charmeleon all the way up. But for wild Pokemon, since you can catch evolutions in the wild, they will have base stats. So if you catch, like for example, a Metapod in the wild, the Metapod will have stats in the back of it. So let's just go ahead and continue walking. A to go pick up this Pokeball. As you can see, this game is super long. And this is 9i. You found a revive, so that's actually pretty decent. There's no Pokeballs yet. So we're going to go up here, 2 pages. And here you go. It says loading. This is the first loading page. They have it between cities. So it says, your next map is currently loading. In the meantime, would you like to save? Yes or no? And right after you would choose yes or no, it would be loaded. And here is the most beautiful thing I have ever drawn on a paper game. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's like making me, like, I literally have not looked on it since I actually stopped making this game. So let me actually, I'm gonna bring this tripod up. I actually have a proper tripod this time, so it's gonna take a second here. Bring it as high as it can. There we go, that works. And just look at that, guys. It looks absolutely amazing. I mean, this is why it took so long. I remember this city took about an hour. And no, it's not done from there. As you can see, you can go up. Actually, that might be it for the city. But there's a route up there, which I never got to yet. This is around the end of it. I mean, it's quite a bit longer, but most of this is just trainer battles from going inside these places. So we'll start right over here in the bottom here. And here we have the Pokemon Center, the Pokemon. We have the trainer house. One of these is the trainer houses, one of them is the school. I'm not sure which one's which. And then we have the gym all the way up there. Just look at that detailed color. So we're going to first go into Pokemon Center. Just explore every single one of these. Alright. So here we have the Pokemon Center. And this is going to be the same Pokemon Center every time. Eventually, you can talk to some of these people, but as of now, it doesn't really matter because you haven't done anything. You can go and talk to Nurse Joy. So we're to actually leave this here, and you're going to go to your index cards again. So he says, welcome to the Pokemon Center. Would you like to heal your party to full health? You continue if yes, or no, you go back to the game. Okay, here you go. Come again. Okay, so now we can go ahead and exit. There's the PC, which if you go and click A to it, which I do need to click A. If you click A on it, you will go to your full party, which is just your trainer card technically. So we could exit, and it doesn't say flip back one page. So there's a couple of errors with this game that I will play test once I complete the actual game. Okay, so now let's go to the Pokemon. Okay. And there's the Pokemon. I mean, like, everything looks so good in this game. Looks really, really nice. Okay. So you could go ahead and talk to him here. There's 11i and 12i. So first time you talk to him, you'll go to 11i. Okay. And he says, hey, you're from Pallet, right? Can you deliver this package for me? His order came, his order came in. Tell him I said hi, and you say that to Professor Oak. It doesn't mention it there. And then if you talk to him again, you can buy some stuff from him. So there is the first time you can buy Pokeballs. No one gives you the Pokeballs in this. So he says, hey, welcome to the Pokemart. What would you like to buy today? You have all that. Thanks for shopping. Come again. So you would deliver the package for him, and we'll go through that once we explore the town. This game is so long, I don't even remember that section of it. Oh my god, I never get tired of looking at this screen. I remember how in love I was when I saw this. So let's go ahead and walk over here now. Not sure which one this is. It's either the school or the trainer house. So it says 3 pages. And this is the trainer house. It says in the corner there. You have quite a few trainers you can fight, and they all have different levels. It says their highest level, so this girl level 25, level 8, level 14, level 8, and level 31. So, I mean, like, there's not too hard trainers here, but it's just every time you come back, they will level up with you. And as well, like, it's just so you can come back. I mean, like, since it's the first city besides your hometown, I didn't put too many hard trainers, but again, it just makes it so if you come back later, you know, they won't be too easy and have level 8 Pokemon. So at this point, you're either going to want to fight this guy, level 9 and level 8. And you would just go ahead and flip through here. I'm not going to show you guys everything, all this, guys, but I will show you guys the top. So my black belt doesn't mean just nothing. Your fighting spirit can't beat my Mankey. Go Mankey, and that's all she has. The stats right there. This is Karate Girl Cassie. And there's the stats for her Mankey. It does have all 4 attacks. And he says, make the ground shake. Go Diglett. This is Nerd Cameron. He still has one more. Grr, suck the daylight out of them. Go Zubat. I try to make it kind of like a clever thing, but really just sounds stupid sometimes. So he says, this is Fire Eater James. I've got a burning passion to destroy you. Go Magmar. I mean, like, it all kind of flows together. We have Gentleman Robert. Please excuse me for this battle. Go Gloom. Okay, Poco Girl Anna. Sparks will fly here, literally. Go Raichu. And those are all them. So, I mean, it's pretty interesting to see how that is. Now I'm kind of confused on how to fix this. Okay, I think you go like that. Okay, yeah. Okay. So at this point, we're just gonna go back to the city. Like, you guys can just see how long this game is. It's absolutely amazing. And we actually have the other page as well. Okay, so we're done with the trainer house there. Let's go ahead and walk up to the Pokemon school, I believe. And I believe this is somewhere where I stopped. Pokemon Academy, it's called. Okay. So let me move this real quick after I move myself. Okay, so we have this old man here, and we have this teacher probably. So you could go ahead and talk to this old man first, which is what we're going to do. A15I. So it's actually the last one. So he says, why am I here, you may ask? Well, when I was your age, and you get obtain move relearner. Mac? I don't know what that means. That's really dumb. I forgot so many things, but move relearner, huh? So I think that's just, oh, this guy's name is Oldman Jenkins, of course, too. But basically, you can, if you have a Pokemon that says, it says like at level 6 you gain this attack, and you don't choose not to get it because you already have full 4 attacks. If you use your move relearner, you can go ahead and just add that. I'm not sure what MAC means. It might mean something to do with what type of item it is. Let's go and click A to this desk, and here it says, welcome to the Pokemon Academy. What would you like to learn about? So we got status conditions, learning new moves, legendary Pokemon. So here are these status conditions right here. Burn, asleep, paralyze, freeze, poison, and that explains how all that works. Learning new moves. Check the Pokedex to see what level your Pokemon learns a new move. Each Pokemon's moveset can consist of 4 moves. You must erase an attack when you choose to learn an attack if you have 4. You cannot relearn that attack unless you have the move relearner machine. That's what MAC stands for. HMs and TMs can be applied to their respective type of Pokemon. HMs and TMs can be used infinity and can be found or earned. Legendary Pokemon, I'm not going to go through that. And that has some of the sprites. We got Mew, Mewtwo, and this looks like Articuno. And boom, guys, that is it for the game. As you guys did know, though, there was one more section that I didn't go through, which is the thing that the package you're supposed to deliver to Professor Oak. We already have like 30 minutes of gameplay, and we haven't played any battles, and we haven't done that section either. So, like, this game is immense, guys. It really is like a regular Pokemon game. So, if we were to deliver all the way back, I'm not actually going to go all the way back and do everything again and go back routes and all. But I'm going to go all the way back here to the lab. I'm just going to go straight to the lab. And, okay. Next time you talk to them, they'll say 13I, and you're going to place them right there again. Come on, I can never pick up Professor Oak. Picking him up, huh? Okay. Okay. And you would say A, 13I. And she says, oh, hi, looks like my old Pokemon is attached to you. You have something for me? It's my custom Pokemon I had on order. Thanks. So now you obtain 5 Pokeballs. So that's it for the game so far, guys. That's how it was. I mean, it basically follows the entire storyline of Pokemon Leaf Green. It's almost the same game, except repackaged, and you can also catch Mew and Mewtwo. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you think of it. This is obviously probably going to be my best game ever. I mean, it was absolutely amazing in my opinion. It's just so good. And that's not even speaking from a biased point of view. I'm sure you guys like it too. I mean, the artwork is superb. The gameplay is very replayable, and it's super long already. And it's just really an incredible game overall. And that was like literally, that was so long. That was part of just, I was trying to go through it quickly, and that was a tiny part of the game. So tell me what you guys think again. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Bye.